The jungle stretched endlessly in every direction, a vast sea of green pulsating with life. Thick vines hung low, intertwined like the secrets buried within the ancient foliage. Towering trees reached toward the sky, their canopies forming an impenetrable ceiling that filtered the sunlight into a soft, emerald glow. Beneath it all, the jungle was alive with a symphony of chirps, rustles, and distant cries of creatures hidden from the human eye. Deep within this realm of shadows and whispers, an ancient presence watched over it all, silent, unseen, and eternal. Legends told of the Watcher, a guardian spirit that had existed since time immemorial. Some said it was a god of the wild, while others believed it was an ancient being born from the heart of the jungle itself. It had no name, no form, only the presence that stirred unease in those who dared to venture too far into the green abyss. One such wanderer was Daniel Graves, an explorer driven by an insatiable hunger for discovery. Armed with maps, journals, and a deep-rooted curiosity, he pushed further into the jungle than any before him. Accompanied by a small team of seasoned trackers and local guides, Daniel sought the legendary lost city whispered about in hushed tones by elders in distant villages. They spoke of ruins swallowed by the jungle, of treasures left untouched by time, and of course, the Watcher that guarded them. Days turned into weeks, and the deeper they traveled, the more the jungle seemed to resist them. Paths once clear became tangled with thorns, their supplies dwindled mysteriously, and an uneasy feeling settled over the camp each night. The locals refused to speak of it openly, but in the darkness of their tents, Daniel overheard murmurs of the Silent Watcher, a being that observed their every move, waiting. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Daniel ventured alone into the undergrowth. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming orchids, each step muffled by a carpet of leaves. His flashlight flickered, and for a moment, he thought he saw movement beyond the thick vines. A pair of eyes, glinting like gold in the darkness, vanished as quickly as they appeared. Heart pounding, Daniel pressed forward, unable to shake the sensation that he was being followed. That night, as he returned to camp, the jungle grew eerily quiet. The usual hum of insects and distant howls faded into a suffocating silence. His team huddled close around the fire, their faces etched with fear. Something had changed. The Watcher was closer than ever. As the days passed, Daniel's journals filled with sketches of strange symbols carved into trees, footprints too large to belong to any known animal, and whispers that seemed to drift on the wind itself. One morning, their lead guide, a weathered man named Javier, refused to go any further. "We've trespassed too far," he muttered. "The Watcher will not let us leave." Doubt gnawed at Daniel, but his obsession drove him onward. The jungle seemed to pulse with a life of its own, guiding him towards something ancient and forgotten. The deeper they went, the more the forest seemed to close in, as if urging them back, but Daniel pressed on. Then, on the 21st day, they found it the ruins. Hidden beneath a curtain of vines and centuries of overgrowth, the city was a masterpiece of stone and moss. Towering pillars stretched toward the sky, intricate carvings told stories long forgotten, and an eerie sense of preservation hung in the air. But amidst the awe, a presence loomed. The Watcher was here. As they explored, Daniel's excitement was tempered by a growing dread. He couldn't shake the feeling that they were intruding upon something sacred. One by one, members of his team reported strange occurrences, missing equipment, whispers in the wind, and fleeting glimpses of shadows moving just beyond their vision. Then, in the heart of the ruins, they found the altar. Carved from obsidian, it pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Strange symbols covered its surface, depicting a figure shrouded in mist, watching from the trees. It was then that Daniel realized the truth. The Silent Watcher was no mere legend. It was real, and it did not take kindly to intruders. That night, as they prepared to leave, the jungle turned against them. Roots snaked through their camp, their torches flickered and died, and an unearthly sound echoed through the ruins. Panic gripped the team, and in the chaos, Daniel caught sight of it. A towering figure, neither beast nor man, cloaked in the darkness of the forest. Its eyes burned with an ancient wisdom and an undeniable warning. In the frantic escape that followed, the jungle itself seemed to shift, leading them astray, forcing them deeper into its embrace. Some of the team were lost, swallowed by the green maze. Daniel, battered and broken, finally emerged days later, forever changed by what he had seen. Years passed, and Daniel never spoke of what transpired in the heart of the jungle. His journals, filled with tales of the ruins and the Watcher, remained locked away, a testament to his ordeal. He knew that some places were meant to remain undisturbed, and some Watchers were better left unseen. And deep within the emerald depths, beneath the eternal canopy, the silent Watcher remained, guarding its domain, waiting for the next soul foolish enough to trespass into its world.